When I just foolishly start thinking that I've got everything under control, my dogs start barking inside, like no kidding, much more than before. Barking at dogs passing by, barking on any sound leaking from stairway, barking at strangers passing by here, our small apartment, when they hear someone is outside. And I am working from home now. Sometimes the barking comes out of the blue, and it's such a surprise that my heart jumps out. I gotta deal with that. I gotta deal with it now. Barking, huh? I didn't think I had this problem. Yesterday, passing by the balcony of my neighbor, I was listening to an obsessive barking of his dog. So he has a pretty big dog. I'm not really sure about the race he has, but it was very clear that the guy was obviously bored and is looking for entertainment, trying to jump out of the fence he's put behind. And he looked at us. We are passing by, we are having fun, we are going for a walk. He wanted to be entertained as well. So he barks at everyone and at everything for hours. And then I'm looking at my two Jack Russells and we're all happy, well-behaved dogs. This is Nicky. Hey, look how cute this guy is. And this is Rudy. Look how cute he is. He's very cute. He's my 5-year-old dog. Mwah. Don't you want to see more of them? No pressure here, but subscribe to this channel. So back to neighbor's barking dog, huh? I'm watching him and thinking, oh, I'm so happy my dogs don't do that. Then I come home and they go crazy, barking at postman, going just outside. So both of them, and then it gets worse, barking at slightest sound outside. So anything happening outside, whatever it is, if it's not completely quiet, they just start barking. Both of them. Rudy starts, Nicky follows, Nicky starts, Rudy follows. So this is new behavior. I'm thinking that's something new. They never behaved like that before. This is new behavior. So what I'm saying, your dog can create new behavioral patterns, good or bad. If a new behavioral pattern is undesirable, start breaking it as soon as possible. It gets harder with time. Let's see what happened. Why your and mine dog is barking. So I understand why your dog is barking is the first thing we have to figure out here. I have 5 reasons. Let's see if those are 5. And the first one would be your dog is bored. So how can we understand that? What are signs of this? They can be, your dog what we call is looking for trouble, chewing on stuff, running all over the places, and just running without any purpose, just round and round and round, getting in the way. When all of a sudden you find yourself almost trampling on your dog, obsessive attention seeking, and often we're thinking, oh my god, my dog just can't get enough of me. This is so cute. This is not. Next sign, bringing you objects all the time. It's a ball, it's a new toy, a stick that was hidden under the bed, it's your shoe maybe. Being in overexcited state most of the time. And next one, obvious one, barking. When you see the combination of some of these from this list, your dog is bored. Now ask yourself why your dog is in that state. I can help you. Here is the question you can ask yourself. How often he or she gets to walk outside? How often do you socialize with your dog? How often you give your dog something to work on, mental stimulation? Do you learn new tricks with him? Or maybe, if you haven't learned new tricks with him, are you repeating old ones? Let's put a finger at it. Your dog is bored because he or she is understimulated, physically or mentally. That's it. That meaning that you are not doing your job well. So the second reason, your dog is alarming the pack. This one is trickier because he or her just doing his job. How can we understand that? What signs of it? They can be reacting to sounds outside, to sounds are coming outside out of the blue. Here is the difference. Looking for someone to bark at. Well, when Rudy is sitting at the window and just so bored and someone is getting by and he starts bark, that's one thing. That's looking for trouble, as I mentioned before. One more sign of that, barking at strangers when they appear unexpectedly for the dog. In this case, as I mentioned, your dog is just doing his or her job. They see the threat, they warn you, the pack about it. I'll discuss what to do in these cases later in this video. Now let's roll to the next reason. So in my case, Rudy and Nicky don't work. In my case, they feel amusement, more like, oh, you're making a sound. Oh, that's cool. Let's make more of that. Let's make more noise. Woof, woof. And this leads me to the third reason. And I will have to switch the slide. And the third reason is, and this reason is getting excited and not knowing how and when to calm down. So sign of it can be restless dog. You know how your dog... Oh, I have Nicky there. And now he is almost gone. So you know how your dog looks like when he or she is restless. And as I mentioned before, this is the reason behind barking for my dogs. So now we have to ask ourselves why your dog is in that state. Ask yourself a question: are you answering the call every time? What I mean by that, when your dog comes to you with an object, ball or another toy, what have you, or begging for attention. Yeah, Rudy is doing often like that, or Nicky actually even more often. When I'm sitting at my working desk, he just comes to me, you know, put his paws on my knees and like, oh, I should have attention right now because I have decided that. When your dog is doing that, are you answering that with petting or start playing every time? If you do, two things happen. Your dog starts to think that he or she can tell you what to do, and that makes your leadership weaker, because now he is in charge of this area of your life together. So he can come to you and beg for anything, and you will do that every time. The key word here is, or keywords here is every time. And the second thing happening here is your dog might easily build up this state of excitement he or she doesn't know how to get out of. And that means that, you know, he is constantly in this excited state of the mind and can completely forget how to become calm. I must say here, it's not always you though. Your dog can just have this tendency, you know, to get overexcited. I have two Jack Russells, they are just exactly that. Sometimes they just, you know, don't need any triggers. They just get excited about everything, about life happening around. Look what's happening right now. I'm not sure if you are seeing this, but if I can just move the camera. Nicky came here with an object, you see? And he didn't take it to me, he just came with it. Before I started working on that, before I realized what was going on, he was coming to me with this toy straight ahead. Because it's a bit like a happy drug. They're coming with the toys and you're responding, they're coming with the toys and you're responding, they're coming and begging you for petting and you're responding, they're coming and begging you, let's go outside, and you're responding, and you leave everything in your life and go and fulfill their needs. It's actually not needs anymore, there's just their wants, their wishes, their desires. Here is the big difference: needs and desires. What you need to do is to lead him or her back to the calm state. The fourth one is separation anxiety. That one is easy one to understand, though maybe it's not easy to deal with. So your dog is isolated from the pack because, well, you know, you just left, his pack is left. So he thinks he's punished for something. They are being isolated from the pack when they are punished. So they are, you know, thrown away for a while to think what you've done and how you can do it better next time. He's scared because of that, because, well, being isolated from the pack is always a threat to survival. So he wants to rejoin the pack, so he makes everybody know about that. So he tells everybody about it by doing what? Well, you know, barking. The fifth one, claiming attention. I already mentioned that Rudy, you know, has this tendency when he comes with the ball, he wants me to throw it and I don't. He can bark, he's just, you know, waiting and waiting and waiting. He can be whining a bit, though he's not whining that much. But anyway, he can, you know, show with every means that what he wants me to do and I don't, then he can, out of the blue, just bark. He barks even more when this situation happens with my girlfriend. So your dog can behave differently with different people because it's all about energy dynamic in the group right now. This becomes an obsessive behavior, that's claiming attention, I mean. Now you got 5 reasons why your dog is barking, but how to stop that, right? How to stop barking. That's why you're here. You remember, first reason, when your dog is bored. 6 things that can help. Get your dog some exercise every day, every week, every month, well, year, yes, of course, but at least once a day. Give your dog mental challenges at least 3 times a week. Socialize with your dog, bond many times a day, every day. Pet him every time you pass by. My girlfriend came in, so I'm moving to bedroom. Give your dog possibility to explore. This is the next one, at least twice a week. And, well, the next one is give mental stimulation to your dog. So the next one, step number 2, you'll have to educate your dog on how to relax. When you got him or her in a calm state of mind, pet him, scratch him, but, you know, in a calm manner, not like in a playful way, but in a calm manner. So no quick movements, no sounds, not a word from you. actually. So you can just be there with him and just pet him. Very relaxing, and that will calm your dog down. It works like a charm every time on Nikki. The dog's mind, has to relearn how to be in this state of mind and how to enjoy it with yourself. Step number 3, re-educate your dog on how to wait. So when he or she comes to you with a toy, make your dog wait. Take a toy and hold in your hand for a minute, or show even your back to your dog, meaning that just turn with your back to your dog, showing that you are now not in the mood to play, but maybe some later. And the 4th step, which is actually not step, but good to think about and good to build the foundation. So practice these tactics every day to build up the desirable behaviors instead. So you break undesirable patterns first, and then you build up desirable patterns then after that. Right, and the next one, when having separation anxiety. There's going to be a video on this, it's a topic in itself, but now I will give you the short version. Train your dog for separation. Well, start slow, go outside for a minute, be there for a few minutes and come back. Very important, without making a big deal of it, just repeat it and you'll see that slowly your dog will be progressing on it. Right, when claiming attention so obsessively so it comes to barking. I have a very good tips for you. I'm using this almost every day, and this works like a charm on both of my Jack Russells, which are very stubborn. As you know, Jack Russells are very stubborn, so sometimes it's not easy to communicate a good pattern or good behavior to them when they don't want to. Most of the time they actually want, because they are very nice and very kind dogs. But anyway, when they are getting stubborn and don't want to, so what I do is actually I'm using the tactic of frozen, boring human. That means that when they are, start barking, and when they are overexcited about something, I just freeze and I'm being in this frozen state in a good while. I don't move, I don't say anything, I don't take eye contact, I don't touch them, I just, barely move myself. I'm just standing there or sitting there, and it's very good if that's happening with your back towards them, so they know that you are communicating that right now in this moment you actually don't want the contact. As always, you already heard that. Subscribe, leave us a comment, like this video, be with us, and the bonus. Whoops. Whoa. Oh, that was dangerous one.